Oh, welcome to the Interior Wellness Show. Thank you so much for joining us. I didn't know we were going live and I was still talking, so here we are. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I am so excited to have you here. My name is Elizabeth, and I am the founder and creator of Interior Wellness, and I am so excited to have some amazing women joining me tonight on the show. I'm also just so excited to talk to all of you. And that's why we film these live, so that if you are on Facebook watching this, you can actually type in the comments and just tell us that you're here. Just say, hey, hi, or check in, or I'm here. And same thing, if you are watching this on our YouTube channel, there is a comments box somewhere to the side or below. If you know where it is, you can put the comments in and you can say hi and say that you're here. That's what makes this show so great and so unique, is that you design the show. You, our audience and our viewers, can tell us what you want us to talk about, and you can ask questions and you can give us your feedback and just let us know that you're here. So we really love that. So if at any point during our recording tonight you wanted to say hi, you can do that. Also, even after this live recording, so those of you who are watching this after tonight, you can make comments anytime, either in the Facebook or again on our YouTube channel. And we always respond, we always read them, and we love hearing from you. So I just want to say thank you again for being here, and make sure that you tell us that you're here. Leave your comments whenever it is that you watch, whenever it is that you listen. So thank you also to our guests who are joining us. I'm really excited to be talking to Nicole Robinson-Weaver, and then we have Tracy Munson, Shelby Chibry, and Aarti Doyle. So really thrilled to talk to these amazing women. And our theme for tonight is Come Together. And I chose that theme, one, because the song is fantastic, and it's probably in a lot of our memories. And also because I'm thinking about how when we come together with other people, we are better. You may have heard, wherever two or more are gathered. There's something that happens. I'm not breathing. I'm so excited. There's something that happens when we come together with other people, and the energy that's created is so much greater than if we did it on our own. And I had an experience of this very recently. Have you ever experienced this yourself, working out or exercising? If you do it on your own and nobody's there to watch, do you do it with as much intensity, or do you kind of like, oh, well, I won't do that as hard? And if you have had that experience, I want you to chime in on the comments. Even our guests, I can see that you're waiting here. You're welcome to also be typing in on Facebook at the same time. Just tell us that you're here. So either go to one of those commenters and let us know your comments on that. So that's a really physical example. When you're doing a workout or exercise program, or going to a yoga class, when you do it with other people, you're made stronger and you're pushed more. And it's the same way I find with any spiritual practice. When you know that you are going to meditate in a group, or you're just getting together with a friend and you're going to do a meditation, you're more accountable. You're more, I'm going to be there. I'm not going to let anything get in my way. And if you do, you're held accountable. Where were you? And that's another reason why I think coming together is so valuable. And another thing that I think is really valuable about coming together is when we do it in larger events as well. So I'm a huge fan of festivals, and have been since I was quite young. And the reason for that, the main reason, is because I watch the energy, and always have, of people throughout a festival. There's something that happens with the energy, just rises, and it's like we start to ride a wave together. They're made different by coming together in a festival atmosphere in a way that is accelerated so far beyond own. So I think of it like it might take you 6 months to a year of doing interpersonal work on your own to get as far as you could get in one weekend if you do it in a group, in a festival or conference setting. So that's why I'm such a huge fan of it. And that's why I always make sure that I go to conferences, festivals, and events, and also why I'm so passionate about creating them. So that is our theme for tonight. If you, the viewers, have anything to say about that, where have you seen yourselves when you do things with other people? Are you more motivated? Do you make sure that you do it? Does it help you? So I want to know from you, and I want to hear it in the comments. And same thing with our guests. If you're sitting there, grab your phones and start typing, or get on your computer and type into the Facebook comments so that we can start that conversation. We want to hear from you. And I have a tech guy over there who will let me know if any comments go through, and I'll actually share them with our audience right live online as well. A little note that I wanted to share as well while I'm hanging out with you guys is coming together with community is so amazing. You can hear me ruffling. The Sun Peaks News, by the way, this is so exciting, features the Mountain Spirit Festival, which is what we're also going to be talking about tonight. Check it out. So cool. Some of these amazing people that you see here are who we're going to be talking to tonight. So I'm super excited. And check this out. I'm really shy about this giant picture, but I'm not, because I think it's awesome. Check it out. I can see Nicole in the background cheering. I sent them this picture and I thought they would put it this big, but they put it when we went up to Sun Peaks on Monday to check things out. I was like, holy cow, that is a huge giant picture. But the feature is amazing. Tracy, did you read it? You can just nod if I can see her. Because she's featured in there because she is a Sun Peaks lady. So it's so cool to see that. So shout out to Sun Peaks Independent News. They are one of our sponsors for Mountain Spirit Festival. And they do great things for the community, which is really, really amazing. And another thing that I wanted to share with you guys that I think is really cool that's not coming up this weekend, but it's later, just so happens to be in the latest beautiful issue of Interior Wellness Magazine. If you've all seen it, on this, let me see if I can get it for you. On this back page, there's an event called the Evolve Festival happening in August at a retreat center in Abbotsford. And it sounds like it's going to be amazing. So any chance that you get to come together with other people, take that opportunity, do it. It will change your life. I promise you. Do something you've never done before. It lets you meet new people. And the feedback that I hear the most is that what people actually want is to come together with like-minded people. And we say that word, like-minded. And it's something that I really understand. And sometimes we can feel a little bit isolated. Like, am I crazy with the way that I think, or the thoughts that I have, or the things that I want to do in life? And we come together for events or even for talks like this, like we're having tonight. And we realize that we are not alone. And that's why we come together with like-minded people. So I just want to say another huge thank you for the 4 amazing women that are coming on the show this evening, because this coming together also creates what we're talking about. It's coming together to create things and to support ourselves and to support our community. So thank you all. And I think we're ready. We don't have to stick to an exact schedule, but Nicole, I would love to bring you on so you can unmute yourself. So I have Nicole Robinson-Weaver here with me. She is an amazing woman. She does talks and helps women, and she's doing something so cool at Mountain Spirit Festival. So welcome, Nicole. So thankful to have you here.
Awesome. Thank you for having me, Elizabeth. And I love what you said about coming together with like-minded people. I was just nodding my head in the background. That idea of coming together and being with the kindred spirits. When you even said it, I just felt tingles going throughout my body. I'm like, yes, that is why we come together, to celebrate that common humanity piece, just like you said, understanding that we're not alone and that other people are, maybe going through some of the struggles, or we can come together to celebrate. So maybe it's not about the other people's struggles. It's about, oh my gosh, you experience this wonderful connection too, or radiance, like I'll be talking about in my workshop. You feel that too. And when you know you're resonating with another human being in that way, it's the magic of life.
Oh, I'm so glad that you love it. Nicole, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do, just to introduce yourself to our audience.
Oh, yeah, I guess the formal part. So
yeah, we don't work in linear fashion. Like, we're all over the place.
No, I don't. But yeah, so again, I'm Nicole. I'm a counselor here in Kamloops. So I'm working kind of, my day job is working with people in the area of anxiety, depression, trauma, and I really specialize using mindfulness-based CBT to support mainly women in overcoming all sorts of challenges in their life. So that's kind of my professional hat. I'm also a busy mama. I've got a 3.5-year-old and actually another one on the way. So,
it's the announcement.
It's the announcement.
No. Yay, congratulations.
Normally I'm much more private than that, but hey, you know, it's going to be obvious at the festival. So, but yeah, so I'm a busy mom, and that's one of my passions, something I take really serious in terms of parenting and loving and connecting. Yeah, so I guess and personally, I'm one of those people who I'm into never-ending growth. Like, I want to learn more. I want to connect with people. I want to understand what makes them tick, what makes me tick. It's literally what gets me out of bed in the morning.
That's very cool. And I love hearing that you're a conscious mama. I think that people can change the world with how kids are raised nowadays. And I know that Tracy will probably have something to say about that because she does work with women and moms too.
Awesome.
Very cool. So tell us a little bit more about your experience of coming together, maybe personal experience of how things have shifted your life when you've come together with other people or anything along those lines.
Yeah, so I mean, there's kind of the piece that we've already discussed a little bit, that coming together with like-minded people to really elevate. I too have been an avid festival goer, avid for a really long time, because it's just, there's something so beautiful about, you know, being in a space, being in a large group of people where you feel so much connection. You know, you're looking at someone in the eyes, they're smiling at you, they're receiving you, you're smiling at them, you know, receiving them. There's, again, that's just the piece that I think makes life worth living. But the other side of connection that I think I would really want to focus on, again, given my background in counseling, is coming together to work through the hard stuff, right? Because as we're talking about personal development, as we're talking about spiritual growth, you and I both know that at some point, that means taking a walk through darkness. That means, you know, taking a walk through vulnerable feelings and learning to really wrestle with some of our limiting beliefs. And what I've found in my own journey is, if you're trying to go it alone, sometimes the fear will stop you. Sometimes the doubt will stop you. But if you have support, if you connect and you come together with, you know, a support person or support people, now all of a sudden it's like you've got bravery. You've got the courage to go, okay, I'm going to look at this stuff. You know what I mean? I'm going to walk bravely into it. I'm going to learn, and I'm going to come out the other side in the light with lessons and inspiration for other people. So I think that part of connection, having someone kind of walk into the vulnerability with you and also be there to witness when you walk out.
Yeah, that is wonderful and so much, so good and so meaningful to say it isn't all about, oh, we're coming together just to celebrate, because sometimes in our journeys, whether it's over a year period or whether you come to an event like the one that's coming up, you may have moments that feel like darkness where you have to walk through. And I love that you say wrestle, because that's something that I work with too. And it's like, you have to yank it hard, pull yourself back, and be willing to wrestle with your limiting beliefs or whatever it is. Because if you're not willing to wrestle, then you're just going to be too soft. Like, yes, we're spiritual, but we also have to be willing to fight.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I love that you say that. So coming up at Mountain Spirit Festival, let's dive into that a little bit. Okay. All of the speakers have 21 amazing, potent minutes to deliver their amazing message to our audience. And I'm so excited about that part of it, because it's just going to be these amazing downloads. And you are one of our speakers, and your talk and your topic is so precious to my heart. So tell our audience about it.
Yeah, so at Mountain Spirit, I'll really be exploring the idea of radiance. And really thinking of radiance, I mean, we'll go into kind of, as a little bit of an overview, we'll go into what is radiance, because I think it's important to really start with clarity of definition so we all understand what we're talking about. And I mean, briefly here, radiance is that glow. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you're walking down the street, maybe you're at one of the festivals, maybe you're hanging in the park, maybe you're at, you know, Nature's Fair, one of our health food stores, and you see people and it's like they glow. It's like their skin is just radiating, or their spirit, their energy is just radiating. You feel the warmth from them. And so that's what I want to explore more. That's what I want to talk about. And I want to talk about that radiance, that glow in a really practical way. So again, I want to explore, what is radiance? Why do we care? And how does radiance actually help us offset the busyness that is just inherent in our modern day life? So again, I'm a mom, I'm a career-oriented woman, I'm a lifelong learner. And what my journey was basically just thinking this was normal, right? Going flat out all the time, creating, working, loving. And what happened to me is physically I started falling apart. So, of course, I'll get into that story a little bit more in our workshop together, but physically I started falling apart, and I went to all of these doctors, and I was trying to get answers through our Western medicine. And basically it kind of summed up to me, you're trying to figure out why this is happening to you, why you've fallen apart. We can't tell you that. All we can tell you is how to mask or medicate. And so, and again, that's nothing against Western medicine. There's a time and a place, let me tell you what, it's absolutely nothing against Western medicine. But for what was going on for me personally, and also I think a function of being a woman in this busy culture, was that I needed to figure out the system of how do you bring radiance, or how do you use a radiance focus to heal your physical body, to heal your emotional body, to heal, again, your energy and your spirit, so that you can get back to glowing. And so that's why the passion, it's like, I've seen what a radiance focus can do. I want to shout hallelujah. Do you know what I mean? And I know that other women struggle, because again, a specialty in my work is working with women on women's health issues. So I know that we're struggling. I know that information is starting to come out, but it's not to that common knowledge level yet. And so what really inspires me about you creating this lovely opportunity for all of us is that we can start that dialogue. Do you know what I mean? We can start to bring it home so that women really understand, wait a minute, I am worth celebrating my radiance. My needs matter. What the hell are my needs? I need to figure out what my needs are, and to me, that's all part of radiance. That's all part of the lifestyle that I'm just extremely excited to celebrate and get into this weekend.
Oh, Nicole, I just want to jump out of my seat. Hearing you speak so passionately about it. It's something that I know about, and I'm sure a lot of our audience and listeners can relate to that busyness and that falling apart and that rising out like a phoenix and saying, what I love that. Like, I need to take care of my needs. What are my needs? And it is so perfect that you are actually our first speaker, and you are starting off the day so that we can just rise up into that radiance. Thank you, Spirit, for hooking that up and getting it all worked out. It is so amazing, and I'm so excited to have you.
Awesome. I'm so excited. Thank you, Elizabeth, for creating this opportunity. You are the creatrix of it all. And again, in the most sincere and genuine way, thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. And for everyone watching, Nicole's information and her Facebook page. Do you have a website now, Nicole?
Working on it.
Okay, good. Your Facebook page is in the link below. So everybody watching, you can connect with Nicole, and you can also come up to Mountain Spirit Festival and see her speak, and also gain some of her amazingness and her passion and her energy. One thing I'm really excited about is that during the breaks, the people who are there with us at Mountain Spirit Festival have the opportunity to do one-on-one, just hanging out with the speakers and checking in with them and asking questions and getting selfie photos and getting access to whatever you have, if you have anything that's there, and signing up for programs. So we've made it so that the breaks are nice and long, and you can have the time to really connect one-on-one with the speakers. So check Nicole out at Mountain Spirit Festival, and anytime on her Facebook page. She is amazing and inspiring. So thank you again, Nicole.
Thank you.
Thank you, and have fun with your baby this evening. I know you're going to be signing off, getting, not baby, your toddler off to bed and all of that.
It's mama time.
Thank you again.
Bye. Thank you.
So thank you again, everybody who is watching. Like I said, if you want to click into the comments and if you have questions for Nicole, you can actually post your questions here on Facebook or on our YouTube channel, and we will make sure that Nicole gets those questions, or she might even respond to you directly. It doesn't matter when you watch this, but if you have inspired moments and things that you loved hearing, for example, I loved it when Nicole said wrestle with the things, the darkness, and that's something that I would type in. So what would you type in? What was your thing that Nicole just said that you think is amazing? If you write it down either in your own notebook or right here in the comments, it's something that actually helps you to deepen it into your subconscious mind, to your psyche, and to your experience when you write things down. And one of the best ways to do that is to share it. So if you're here and you're thinking, that was so amazing, I love what Nicole had to say, write it down. So moving along, the next guest that I have is Tracy Munson. Tracy, thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited. Tracy does some work with moms, so it's cool that Nicole was just talking about having the experience, Tracy, that I think that you actually work with and you wrote a book about. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I really, can you hear me at all? Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
You're perfect.
I just feel, I'm so excited. Listening to what Nicole's saying is so, you hear it from so many moms, and just going through that journey of finding yourself as a mom. And that really lit up a passion in me to assist in that area. My own journey as well. I'm a mom of 4, and going from not knowing really who I was and just letting my journey be guided by how everybody else was feeling really resulted in just a crash. And of course, I'll, like Nicole, sharing our stories at the festival. Super excited about that. Thank you for organizing all of this.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit more about you and your business and your journey. I know that you said that you've got 4 kids and that's led you to it, but give our audience a little bit more background about you.
All right. So I started my journey assisting moms really, I guess it was 3 years ago, after I had, well, you're never really done your healing journey or your just personal growth journey. But when I had gotten to a point of being comfortable and wanting to share, because I just, through friends and talking to more people, I'm like, gosh, I have the training. I might as well dig in and assist, right? And that's where, again, the passion just lit up. It's funny, I had this diploma first and my coaching, but because I listened to everybody else, I actually became an electrician. So I got my red seal, I got my contracting license, but I wasn't happy. And going through that, I should have felt accomplished and successful in the quotes of our day-to-day society. And that really brings in another whole topic of unrealistic societal expectations, and just voicing that was so important to me. And with my clients, so I work one-on-one with clients. I love to speak when I can, and I wrote a book, The Busy Mom's Greatest Companions, just to assist more people. And moms, I know there's some of them are like, read a book, what do you mean? But the idea of the book is to get that 15 minutes in a day for just you and reconnecting and honoring you, because gosh, you take care of so many other things and these little people all day that it's working in that 15 minutes a day, and then trade it off for something else along the line.
And that's an inspiration in itself for any busy woman, mom or not, that you wrote a book. Do you have a copy right there that you can show us?
I do. I don't know if it's showing well.
Beautiful. And it looks gorgeous. I love the cover. I think I saw it on some social media channel at some point. And you did a recent book launch or book signing at a local bookstore?
Yeah, so I was at Chapters. So my book is available at Chapters. They're amazing too. But the book, because not everybody can necessarily afford to go out and get assistance. And that was a big drive, a book you could do on your own time and still get the assistance. And it was built up by moms. So the designer was a mom, the editor was a mom. It's just all about moms, this one.
Oh, that's wonderful. I can tell that that really lights you up and helping them. That just lights you up. And for anybody who is a busy mom, Tracy's links are all below as well. And you can check out her and go to Chapters and buy that book. One, because it's going to change your life, and two, because it supports a local author. And that is so fantastic.
Thank you. That's so
Yeah,
sweet.
absolutely. Let's talk about our topic a little bit of come together. I know that that's probably something that has been huge in your life, is about support. So tell us about how come together has affected your life.
Oh, coming together. It's so powerful. We are not individual beings. We are communal beings, and we're meant to support and assist each other on this journey of life. And trying to do it on your own, just, it's, you have no one to bounce it off, and it's so easy to just stay in that low point when they come, and they do come. We're all human. So coming together in festivals like this, and just like listening to Nicole already, she's just got amazing energy, and I'm just really excited for that energy, and the collaborative energy of all these people together just lifts you up in itself. So I'm really, really
So true.
excited.
I'm so excited too. I'm getting more excited the closer that we get to this event. And some of you might even be watching this video after the event has happened, but throughout the year, Interior Wellness has a lot of wonderful events where we come together. So all you have to do is check out the website and see what's next for us. So Tracy's going to be offering a talk at Mountain Spirit Festival coming up at Sun Peaks. Tracy, tell us about your talk.
All right. So my talk is really focused on honoring yourselves and being true to yourself, following your heart and listening to your heart. Your heart and your gut never lead you astray. And if you don't listen to them, it's going to come full circle back. And it's just those life lessons. And until you honor them and learn from them, they're going to keep coming back. And just really focusing in on the judgments of other people, and really how they don't matter, right? um, and the expectations of others. There's no expectations. um, and oh gosh, I have so much in my talk in this 21 minutes. It's really about honoring yourself, coming and every day taking that, even if it's 15 minutes, that's amazing time for you to be just with you and get to know yourself. Like 95% of the people that come to see me, my clients, they don't have any hobbies. They don't know what they even like to do. And every time it just shocks me. So that's one thing about just connecting with you, finding those things that you like, trying new things, and getting your support group together. So important.
That's very powerful. I love that Nicole mentioned something along those lines too. Like, what are my needs? What are my needs? And you're talking about that too. Like, what do I like to do? And I think there's a point that we come to in our lives where we roll back and go, wait a minute, what did I love to do when I was a child? Like coloring or things like that are just creative, relaxing, and really fun. That can really lift you up. So I love that you're saying that.
Yeah, you're so right. And they're outlets. So in those tougher times, you can lean on those things, the ones that you do on your own and by yourself, and the group ones. They're so powerful. We all need them.
Yeah. And it's a powerful message to your own psyche. Instead of always giving out to your job and your work and cooking and cleaning and whatever our other regular daily processes are, it's a very powerful message to go, you know what? Now's the time that I paint, or now's the time that I dance, or do something that's just completely like out of the normal of our lives. And our next guest is going to be talking about creative stuff, I'm sure. But I love that you say that, Tracy, and you're going to give people so many wonderful tools in your talk. And you do that also in your work with people. So tell us a little bit about how people can work with you.
So I do work with people all over the world. I have clients even as far away as Australia. And I feel so blessed to be able to, like this, right? We're all online and we can still see each other face to face. It's a beautiful thing. So people can work with me either face to face, virtually face to face, or just a telephone conversation, whatever they're comfortable with. And as their journey changes, that can change as well. I don't have specific systems or anything like that, just because everybody's so unique, and I don't think we should be put into that box. So, and yeah, through my website, it's easiest way to just contact and ask questions. I do offer a complimentary tea. So there's no pressure. So you could just, let's get to know each other. If it's a good fit, awesome. No pressure.
Oh, I love that. That's really cool. And those links to Tracy will be posted below, so you can check that out. And also on the Facebook comments bar. Tracy's always really active in our Facebook stuff. You can comment with her there. You can ask her questions about the work that she does. She really focuses on moms, but it's not just for moms. So any women who can relate, I think that that's so valuable and so important. So Tracy, thank you so much for taking the time. I'm sure you are a busy mom, but I'm really appreciating that you took the time today and that you're taking the time this weekend to spend with us. So thank you again.
Oh, thank you. I so appreciate you organizing everything.
Absolutely. And I will see you this weekend. So, thank you again, everybody. If you are just tuning in or if you are watching this after, make sure that you comment and tell us what the most important thing that you learned from Tracy and what she was saying. Maybe there's a little takeaway and it's like something that sparks you and makes you say, oh, I definitely need to do that thing. What it was that Tracy talked about for me, it's like, right, get in touch with those things that you enjoy doing for yourself. And Tracy also said 15 minutes. And that to me just made my eyes go open. Right, 15 minutes, that's all that it takes. I think that sometimes in our modern world, we are so wrapped up in clocks and time and do, go. So use that to your advantage. Take 15 minutes out to do something that's just for you and just really quiet. And I think that'll change your day. So that's what I learned. I want to know what you guys learned. Put it in the comments below. So I think we're ready for Shelby. I'm really excited to speak with Shelby. We haven't met in person yet, and she makes these beautiful malas. I've been creeping on her website for a long time. These gorgeous malas, and her Instagram page is also beautiful. I'm always following like these sparkly unicorn mermaid posts because that's me in my dreams. So Shelby, I am so happy that you are here. Thank you for joining us.
Hi.
Yeah, you're here. I thought I couldn't hear you, but I can. So yes, I can. Let's start with hearing about a little bit about you and your journey, but you also have this amazing company. So I just want to hear it all. So tell us about you.
Hi. I'm so excited. I'm like so excited to meet you in person, and just like I'm like getting so excited with everyone else. So I guess we can start with my journey. It kind of all links. So about a year and a half ago, I got really sick. I had celiac, and then I got mentally sick. And by the December, I was completely done. My soul was done. I had just gone out of the hospital, and I was walking downtown, and I saw like an ad to go do jewelry, just a making class. And so my dad told me to go. I have always been a creative soul, and I had totally lost that. And so he, got my mom and my husband, and we all went and did this class. And it was the like quietest everyone had seen me. And I was just so happy that the next day my husband went and bought like everything at Michael's he could get his hands on. And I just started creating and sharing, and people want to buy it. And I started to go into therapy, and I started kind of getting those group help that we're talking, getting those supports. And so as I was growing, I decided for the summer I would try some markets just to kind of get myself out of my box. I had put myself in a box that, I hadn't really been talking to people. So I started going out more and kind of doing these markets, and I had fallen in love with it. And as I had done that, Gypsy Ellie didn't just become like bracelets and stuff. I mean, I love my bracelets and I love making that. It's like my happy point, but it became a way to start the conversation on good vibes, how we can help the next generation, showing them like in a strength-based way of how we can be like our boss babes and sparkly unicorns, and how we can love one another and really like share those moments to make each other really sparkly and happy. But also that, mental illness, it's part of my life, but it's not my label. It's just something I have. And so that's not a dirty word. And that if we start like those storytelling conversations, that, it becomes this like group. And so Gypsy Ellie has become a brand of storytelling, and I do parties and we do mantra kind of things, and we make bracelets together and I sell them. And I also have a blog, and I do lives and different things because I just want to grow a community of good vibes and love for one another.
You are bursting with so much creativity. Everything that I see that you put out is amazing. And I love that you share what your journey is. And it's it's so, I see it as quite quick that you turned things around and started focusing on the positive, and then immediately started sharing that, like helping other people and other women, and to reconnect with our stories and to get into that positive vibe space. And that is really very inspiring. And Nicole talked about it a little bit, and Tracy talked about it. And it's that dark stuff that sometimes we go through, but we pull ourselves out, we wrestle with it, and we start to shine even brighter because we've been polished by all that stuff that's rubbed up against us. So I love that you share that in your journey. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, and I love your blog, and your website is so beautiful because, like you said, you're not just sharing jewelry, you're also sharing sparkles and positivity and a lot of energy and love with people. So tell us about your business.
So like I said, it started with just making bracelets. But then we kind of developed into, I noticed when I was sharing my story, when I got sick, like when I had gone in, they had said that I had so much, I understood I was sick. I just didn't understand how to get out of that hole. So it became a really important thing for me to start talking and start really using my, like all the dark to make me sparkly, because that's who I've been. I like sparkle. So I became that. And so Gypsy Ellie then became that became like my sole purpose, was to make that kind of a thing. And so that's how we started off with that. And we became this good, sorry, the bunny's like hanging out here. We're real here. The good vibe. We just became like good vibes and love. And then Gypsy Ellie became not just bracelets, it became a story, and then it became a way to share other people's story, and that's how we got there.
Thank you. You mentioned that you have a bunny. Can we see that bunny?
He doesn't like to come out, but yes, I have a little bunny. I will put a picture up.
Okay, put a picture up.
The whole time, and now he's like,
just jumping around. Look at me. He's like, what's happening?
Yes.
So how has, in your journey, because you've experienced quite a lot, in your journey, this come together theme, how has that helped you, and how do you see it helping other people?
It's helped me tons. So when I first started, I was very like, I wanted to do everything on my own. I did not want therapy groups. I was just very like, I don't need anybody. It's just like, it's just my thing. I don't need it. And so it became really important to me as I started to get healthy that therapy groups and other people's stories were so important. And then I started doing yoga, and we started doing yoga therapy, and it just became a way of really like connecting with others. And so this coming together so that we can talk about stories and really like that we all have stuff, and so that if we tell our story, we're gonna keep making it so that there isn't like a stigma, and that we become strong and empowered together. And I think that's something we really need, because I think life isn't getting easier, it's getting harder. So we really need to make that conscious effort to show the next generation that it's okay to have stuff, but how can we be positive? How can we empower and make our next, it's just so important to me to make that kind of connection.
That's vital, and I love that a lot of what you do helps other people. It's really cool. So your talk, your potent, powerful, amazing message that you're going to be getting across to our audience at Mountain Spirit Festival, let's hear what people can expect to learn and be inspired by from you.
So I'm going to talk a lot about empowering others through your creativity. So like I had said, it started off with just bracelets and just started off something to heal my soul. And it's become a way to get the story going, a really important dialogue. So I really want to talk about how sharing our story is so powerful, and how our creative outlets, and how when we share them with the world, it's just so important. How social media and creating our like just sharing everything is so cool. Like it's just amazing. And I love, and it's really important to me, and I want to tell my story, like how I've really tried to be as real as possible in my social media. I tell the good, the bad, the sparkly, everything. And I think it's just really important that we do that. So I think I'm going to talk about that and a whole bunch more. There's just so much to talk about. I'm so excited.
Me too. Thank you. And Shelby has her booth with her wonderful bracelets and necklaces and things that she's created. That's going to be set up on Saturday in the Yoga Lodge, and on Sunday as part of the Sunday market. Shelby, do you have something on that you can show us?
Yeah, I have a few things. I have, so this is a mermaid collection. So it's all like mermaid inspired. Can you see them? Yeah. And then this is like more, oh, there you go. And then this is more like the sparkly one. And then I also have like a mala on too. Yeah, I'm always decked out.
Beautiful. It's good to be decked out in your own
I'm so
stuff.
excited. I got like lots of sparkly things. Yeah, I'm excited.
Shelby, thank you so much for sharing your story. It's fresh and fun and inspiring and also so real. And that's what I love about you so far, is that you bring a lot of truth and honesty to your sharing. So thank you. And thank you so much for taking the time out to speak to me tonight. And I'm so excited to meet you this weekend.
Thanks so much. I'm excited too.
Thanks everybody again for hanging out with us tonight. We are live. If you have any comments or questions, you're welcome to post them, even if it's after the event, after this live show. You can post your comments and questions below, and our speakers will actually get back to you. If it's on Facebook, you can tag them, and same with me, you can tag me and we will get back to your comments and your questions. We are creating a community through doing live shows like this where we can actually talk to each other, so very exciting. Shelby, who just spoke with us, is going to be at Mountain Spirit Festival this coming weekend, and if you're watching this after that has happened, it's going to happen annually. This is the first one, but I'm already excited to put on the second one, and we have events throughout the year. So our next guest, I'm really thrilled to meet Aarti, if I'm pronouncing it right, from the Anutara Ashram. And this ashram is up in northern British Columbia, and it looks like they're doing amazing work there. And she is one of our yoga teachers and is also going to be doing a talk on taking yoga off the mat and how yoga is not just a physical practice. So I'm really thrilled to have that happen and very thrilled to meet you here. So thank you so much for joining us. Let's see. Oh, I can't hear you. We should have tested. See if you can turn your volume up. And if you can't, maybe unplug and replug. And if that doesn't work, then you might have to shut down and restart. Sometimes that works as well. And that's okay if you have to do that, if you have to close it and then restart. But keep trying and keep talking, and I'll keep talking too. So really excited to come together with everybody this coming weekend at Mountain Spirit Festival. It's June 24th and 25th at Sun Peaks. And we can come together in all sorts of locations, in cities and out in the country and in your homes and even online. And something I'm really excited about for coming together at Sun Peaks is that it is magical. There's mountain air, and it is beautiful, wonderful, surrounded by trees. And the village is so sweet. It's quite small. You can walk anywhere that you need to go around Sun Peaks. And we were just up there a few days ago checking things out, and we found gluten-free vegan pizza, and we found organic coffee that you can have almond milk in, and all sorts of great treats. We found these gluten-free vegan raw brownies. It was just like, I was in heaven. And then, of course, for those of you who like to eat all sorts of other stuff too, there are amazing options for that. Tons of cafes and bakeries, and everything's very cute because you can walk from one end to the other really close. So we're really excited to come together in such a beautiful atmosphere and in such a cool village. And Sun Peaks is amazing. And Tracy, you live up at Sun Peaks. You're still on with us. Do you want to, while Aarti gets set up, do you want to jump back on and just tell us what you love about Sun Peaks and why it's such a special community to host an event like this in?
Yeah, of course. There's really something about this valley. I grew up in Sun Peaks as a child too. And it's just so free, and there's like everybody's just such a great community and welcoming, and you can really find anything you need right up in the village. And it is a beautiful walk and lots of activities. My kids all go to school up there, so it's really active lifestyle as well, but not really having to be active either. So it's amazing.
Cool. We're so excited. I think I'm starting to hear Aarti. I might be able to hear you. So. Tracy, I'm so excited to come up there. And you, like a lot of the people in this community, have an experience of Sun Peaks from growing up. Like, we've all been there, and before there was anything up there. And I love being up there now because it used to just be that one day lodge, and now there's this beautiful, adorable European looking community that, like, all the new hotels and restaurants and shops. It's so sweet and so beautiful, and such a wonderful community of people. Like when we're all up there this weekend, when you go around to the shops, the people are so friendly and so kind and so amazing, and everybody's talking to each other. So it's very cool. I'm really excited to be up there coming together in a natural setting. It's going to be so cool. Yeah. Let's see if we can hear Aarti.
I'm not sure.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, good. Technology.
Yes, technology. Well, thank you. I'm glad that we can hear. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yes, Aarti.
Aarti, thank you so much for joining us. You are up north right now, is that correct?
I am in the Nass Valley.
Wonderful. So thank you so much for being with us. I'm so excited to hear more about you. So why don't you just jump right in, tell our audience about you, where you live, and your ashram.
Okay, so I live in Anatara Ashram. I'm part of a spiritual community up here in the north. We're in the Nishka territory. Yeah, it was an ashram that was created not too long.
Aarti's internet might be a little bit slower because she is coming to us from up north. Aarti, you're frozen just at the moment, but we will work with it. Her ashram is up north and in the trees, so she's coming all the way down to Sun Peaks just to be with us for the weekend. I will keep telling you a little bit about her in case her internet doesn't get going again, but that's the joy of live and about bringing people from all over the province and sometimes all over the world to come together in these ways. Is we work with tech issues, right? So she is offering a yoga class in the Yoga Lodge up at Sun Peaks, and I'm really excited about this, and Tracy, you'll know about it too, is that the Burfield Lodge, the old Burfield Lodge, is this beautiful lodge. It's like a wood cabin, and it's got the giant, like the real wood that it was made with, and it is gorgeous, and it has such a history and wonderful feeling in it. And Aarti's going to be teaching yoga in that building, and there are windows on all sides, so when you look outside, all you see is trees. So that's going to be magical and amazing. Aarti's popping off and back on. Her internet might be working or not. And then she's offering a yoga class in the morning. And we're really excited to have that. That's a hatha yoga class, a really beautiful, gentle way to start your day. And then she's also going to be offering a talk about yoga in the afternoon. We'll see if she comes back on to learn more about that. I want to tell you a little bit about the journey from the Yoga Lodge to the speakers area. So, and Tracy might be able to help us with this. There's this beautiful new path from the speakers area to the Yoga Lodge. And I have heard that it's probably about a 20-minute walk. Tracy, you might be able to speak to that if you've walked that. And it's a little bit downhill on the way down to the Burfield Yoga Lodge and a little bit uphill on the way up to the Sun Peaks Grand Alpine Room. So what are your thoughts on how long it would take a person to walk?
Yeah, I think you're about right, depending on how fast of a walker, 15, 20 minutes. And it is a little bit of an up, down, but it's nothing vigorous. It's a pretty easy trail. And just walking through that area is beautiful anyway. So enjoy the scenery when you do.
Yeah, and get a group together too. Like if you're walking from one venue to the other, you can grab some friends and just walk and get that refreshed feeling. But we'll also have a little yoga shuttle. So if you just, during the breaks, you might want to be connecting with people and checking out what the stuff is that's there. And you might want to just jump in the yoga shuttle and be shuttled down. It takes about 3 minutes. So it's totally up to you. Or you can jump in your own vehicle and drive yourself there. Again, it's just really close, like 3-minute drive, I think. So it looks like we may have lost Aarti. She just graced us for a moment. She's going to be speaking during the lunch break, and this is already a popular session, about yoga, taking your yoga off the mat and basically out into the world and into your life. And this is something that's really dear to my heart. I've practiced physical yoga for a long time, but I also trained and learned yoga in India, and the physical practice is very de-emphasized. There's a lot of breathing, a lot of meditation, a lot of community, a lot of cleansing exercises, a lot of giving, a lot of karma and service. And this whole thing forms a entirety of yoga. And maybe the physical practice is like 10%. But I find over here in our culture, we really focus on the physical, and we're not hearing the rest of this amazing is this holistic thing, and I'm very excited for Aarti's talk about that. And I'm sorry that we lost her, but I'm so thrilled. It means that if you want to hear more from Aarti, that you have to get on interiorwellness.com, go to Mountain Spirit Festival, grab your ticket, come and get your time in person with her on Saturday, because she is magical and amazing and a wonderful teacher. So I'm really excited to hear about that. And about coming together, I'm sure that she'll be sharing as well. She lives on an ashram, and that is a beautiful example of coming together. And I did my yoga training and lived on an ashram in India for quite a while. And it's that kind of community and setting where, again, your ability to elevate yourself and take your practice of getting in touch with yourself, self-development, healing to a next level. And healing can be, she's back. Healing can be something that I heard, maybe Nicole mentioned it in the beginning. She said, I'm not done with healing. And it's true. We think of healing as something where that starts and ends. But we all know that it isn't something. It's not something to get to. It's not a place or a point to get to. It's a journey to be on. So I'm really excited about that. Aarti, you're back.
I am back, and I'm sorry about that.
Yay. That's totally okay. We just carried right on, and I've told the audience just a little bit about you, but let's hear about your class that you're going to be teaching, and also your session that you're going to be talking about yoga.
Yeah, okay. So at the ashram, we teach Anuttara yoga, which is a blend of heart-based yoga. So it's coming back to the heart, because this is the seat of consciousness. This is the seat of the true self. This is where we really exist beyond the external illusion. And we also teach something that's very energetic based. So then we're doing a series of asanas that help to raise the energy from the lower chakras into the higher chakras. Because actually a lot of us exist in the lower chakras, dealing with lower energies, more lethargic kind of ways of being. Yeah, so that's the asana, the yoga class that I'm teaching. And then on top of that, I'm giving a talk on how yoga is more than just the asana. How in the Western world we've become, I mean, our whole culture is based on a very materialistic kind of way of life. So of course we would get very centered on this one aspect of a very large topic that is the physical aspect of it. So I go into all the different ways that we can be practicing yoga that it goes beyond the physical. And hopefully it'll give people some things that they can go home with that'll help them have that good feeling you get after doing a good yoga asana physical practice, but that can come from not actually having to roll out your mat at all.
Definitely. Tell us about your journey into yoga. How did you discover it?
Yeah, actually, mine was very similar, probably to a lot of people's, in that there was a lot of suffering, there was a lot of illusion, there was a lot of, just not feeling like I fit in the world, and feeling there was a lot of difficulty in the world, a lot of striving and suffering, as we say. And so I came across a book that happened to have some physical postures in it, and I started to practice them. And I started to read about energy, and I started to read about meditation. And so I practiced like this from books. I picked up a book also on Buddhism and started to study and then practice in my own life. And what ended up happening was I had people start asking me to teach before I'd actually even ever had a yoga class before. So I started teaching friends, and then that grew to people who were friends of friends. And then someone told me, did you know you can get a certification for this? And that kind of is where it all began in a way, by becoming a certified yoga teacher, and then in a way becoming a seeker, a spiritual seeker, trying to find what more is there to this life than just the material physical world, than all of this suffering and constantly changing ways of being. So that sent me on a journey of traveling to different spiritual communities and meeting different people practicing all different kinds of spirituality, shamanism, Buddhism, and so then eventually I came across a community that resonated with me, that I felt coupled the spiritual life, which a lot of the society or Western world is lacking, but then at the same time also kept it very real, very human. You know, we get our hands dirty in the garden, we joke around the dinner table, we drive quads. I don't know, not everybody's driving a quad, but you know, there's just like some really authentic people there that we're not afraid to swear, or we don't have to wear white all of the time or shave our heads, which some communities I went to were doing this. And that worked for them, but I didn't feel it worked for me. So I felt very relieved to come across a spirituality that was very authentic as well too, and respected and honored the human side of this experience that is life.
I like that. I even like that image, yogis on quads. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a really great photo somewhere online of me doing a downward dog, a three-legged dog, really, on a quad somewhere. Yeah, if anyone wants to.
Oh, cool. Make sure you post that in the comments, in the Facebook comments below this video, because I want to see it, and I'm sure our audience will want to see it as well. And I love that you speak about that, just authenticity and real and just relaxed with our spiritual practice. Sometimes we can get so hung up on the practices and forget that that's not what it's about, but it's about living an authentic life. So I really love that you say that. And when you were offline, I spoke a little bit about the physical practice of yoga not being all of it. And then you touched on that as well. So I'm really, really excited to meet you and excited for your talk that's going to be happening at Mountain Spirit Festival. When are you coming down for it?
Yeah, we'll actually leave tomorrow and then stay at a friend's, and yeah, just take our time, be very shanty about it. So
very cool. There's a lot of people coming together from all over the province to come together for it. Before we let you go, speak a little bit about our theme tonight, Come Together. How has that affected your life, coming together with people?
Well, I live in a community, so for me, this is a big part of my spiritual practice. Common thing that you hear around the ashram is that we get delivered the people who we're meant to learn from, that we don't need to find a guru or a sadhu or some, you know, person with a glowing aura around them, that our teachers are right around us, that the people that we can learn from are actually the people who are most challenging. And yeah, when we come together, everybody's a reflection of who and what we really are. So that for me is why I live in a community as well. It has its ups and its downs, but coming together is where we really learn.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Aarti. I'm really excited to learn from you and so honored that you're going to be coming down to share with our community and to teach your classes. Also on the Sunday market, are you joining for the Sunday market as well?
Yes, we are actually. We're selling some things that we collect while we're traveling in India. There's a group of us who do what we call a pilgrimage to India every year to visit and sit with enlightened teachers, and then we collect things that are our favorite things and we bring them to share with people, and also to maybe inspire people to maybe come with us to India as well.
Oh, so nice. So I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. That'll be on Saturday in the Yoga Lodge and on Sunday in the outdoor Sunday market at the Clock Tower. So very excited to see you. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, and thank you for being patient through the modern technology glitches that we had.
Thank you for being patient.
Absolutely. So thank you, everyone. If you have something that you learned from what Aarti just mentioned to us, please post it in the comments. If you have questions for her, you can post and they will be answered, whether it's live or whether it's later on. And thank you again, everyone, and to our speakers that we had on this evening. It's so cool to come together for these kind of things and just share a little bit about who we are and what we're thinking about and how excited we are to come together for this weekend event. And also that we come together throughout the year. We come together in different ways as well. So of online and the internet in ways that can help and support us. Jump onto the Interior Wellness Facebook page, and if you ever have thoughts or comments, you can click on posts and you can leave your comments there and they will be answered. Go check out all of our speakers that were here with us tonight. We've posted their links below this video so you can click on what they're doing. They all have incredible websites. I love seeing the beautiful jewelry that Gypsy Ellie is creating, and I love seeing Anutara the ashram website is so beautiful. When you first go on, there's these little flags just floating in the wind. So you got to check that website out. It's amazing. And Tracy's book and Nicole's Facebook page, you got to check all those out. And come together, let yourself join with other people for your journey. We can't do it alone. And like Aarti just said, sometimes it's not just that celebration or some big teacher, but it's somebody who's just right in front of you, and maybe you've got something to work out, and that's where the journey is. And it's watching that helps us. So I hope that this episode has inspired you. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Leave your comments and let us know. And I'm so excited for this upcoming weekend at Sun Peaks Resort Mountain Spirit Festival. I hope that you'll come together with us and get elevated. Thank you again for watching the Interior Wellness Show. I will see you next time. Bye. Stop.